So, and the museum opens again, I think, mid-May-ish. And we're in just about mid-March. So it gives a little time to get something done. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that black fabric that I got for this. I'm not sure if it really suits for a wrapper so much. I'll have to take another look around at it. I think it would work better maybe for a gown. Maybe more of a... Well, I didn't want to do a big skirt though. So it might suit one of those kind of dresses better. You guys can use this for a paper ball. So that's a sleeve, cuff, and what else was it? An oversleeve. So far, used up some of this scrap paper, so that's nice. Look at this sleeve. This sleeve is huge. That's a sleeve. Now, cuff and oversleeve, which is kind of a cool looking piece. Shape. A skirt cut. This is was a fitted bed sheet. This is the same material that I been using for the Dell, sit down, for the Lady Elvis mock-up. And so it's cotton. This is a piece I just cut for the skirt, and it's about 86 by 51. That's for 2 panels of the skirt. The thing with the fitted sheet is the corners are stitched. Well, it was stitched like this, so you end up with a corner that'll fit over the corner of a mattress. So I just split that. So then you're left with a kind of a perimeter, and each with a corner gouge out. But so if you're using sheets, don't waste the edges, because like don't just cut off the part that's hemmed. Open that up, because you get another 1.25 inches there, and that can really help. And even just for this piece, you see that it says that it needs a seam allowance of 1.25 inches. So right there, it's there. I ran this through the wash, so got the wrinkles out. And this is the sleeve, so I have enough to do 2 sleeves here. And then there's also going to be piping on this dress, so whatever scraps are left over, you can get them on the bias. Can be used for piping, so that's enough for the sleeve. And then there's some extra left here, which I think should be enough for the back. And I did a bunch of looking last night to see, because I don't have enough of this for the whole dress. So we're going to do some contrast fabric, and from what I could see, there are lots of wrappers with contrast fabric down the center front. And I could also, I look and see, like it could just done a section in the front of the skirt that could be covered by an apron. That would be accurate as well. But since I have enough for the skirt, I don't want to go piecing the skirt and then still end up piecing. Anyway, I think. So I just decided I'll just use this for the front, and I can get 2 out of that. It's a little bit small, a little bit not quite wide enough here, but then there's this extra, so I can just cut a couple of strips to tack on. It's just about 1 inch maybe or so that it needs for the front edge facing, so that I will just piece on. This is the back. It's supposed to be cut on fold, but instead I'll just cut 2 of them. And piece it, put it together. So we did a little seam allowance there. And what else have we got here? Oh, that might fit. Okay. That's the oversleeve. Get this squeeze out of here. sleeves go. Okay, so I think that's okay. Okay, actually I cut out the sleeves and rearrange these two pieces and find the back goes better here. Lots of room and leaves lots of room for the oversleeve. Really has taken over my fabric here. I have sewn the two facings onto the front pieces, that extra piece that needed to be pieced, and I've just overcast the raw edge so that it wouldn't show, the stitch line wouldn't come through on the front, so they'll just be folded over, tucked in there. Okay, I have the back to put together because I couldn't cut on folds, so I just cut two pieces instead. So okay, so I'm just doing right sides together and then with a back stitch. Right sides together with a back stitch, and then we'll just overcast again. That's what I did for the facings. Okay, there's the back in one piece. I cut the skirt piece into two panels, so I'm just attaching them. And there's a lot of width here, and based on the size that I'm doing, I think I could have done, I think it said you could do 3 panels, but really don't need that much fabric because it's going to be gathered anyway. So I'm just doing a back stitch, and then I will do the same as I've been doing, just overcast. I think they recommend pressing it open, but I don't generally. And then I suppose you could overcast the edges, but I'm just going to do like I did on the other, on the back and the facings, and just turn under the raw edges, and just one turn under, or maybe not even, and just overcast. So I don't really like to open the seam in that, because I find it seems like it's not as strong a seam then, if you only have the one attachment point really that's keeping it together. Whereas if I close it and overcast that, then it's closed at a couple of places.